It's maths, everyone. It's week 16. It's lesson 5, which probably means it's a Friday if you're watching this. Let's maths! Hello, math cats. Hope you're alright. Hope you're doing okay. Today we're doing something slightly different in that we're going to do kind of statistics, but kind of assessment style questions. So questions you might get if you were doing a hard test. But don't worry, I'm here to talk you through those questions and help you where I can. We're going to start actually by talking about apples. So what you can see here, hopefully, just here, is a pictogram which shows how many apples were sold by a shop over the course of a week. And the main thing that you need to know about this pictogram is that the one apple doesn't represent one apple sold. It actually represents 4 apples sold. So every apple you see on that pictogram stands for 4. Have a look at it and see if you can work out how many apples were sold on each day, and then we'll move on and look at the specific test style questions based around this pictogram. So here are some questions we'd like you to answer. There's 5 about this pictogram, and one of the things that's probably a bit tricky about this pictogram is just working out how many apples were sold if not a complete apple is pictured in the pictogram. So for example, Tuesday has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 whole apples and then what looks like a half apple. So in that case you'd have to half the amount that each apple stands for. So that last little half apple on the end stands for 2 apples. And I hope that helps you with the rest of the questions that you've got. So pause the video now and read through the questions and try and answer them to the best of your ability. Okay, what we'll do is at the end we'll check through and see how you got on. Okay, good luck everyone. I hope you got on okay there. Our next graph that we're going to look at and answer questions on is a line graph. And a line graph helps us show continuous data over time. So what you can see here is on the x-axis, you've got hours in a day. And then on the y-axis that goes up and down, you've got temperatures going from 0 degrees at the very bottom up to 20 degrees. And this line graph shows the temperature of the playground at school on a single day. So you can see how it goes up and down. And a lot of the questions are based around working out what the temperature is at a certain time. So if you do have this graph and you've printed it out on paper, brilliant, that will really help you. If you don't have it on paper, you will need to pause the video and look really carefully to work out what the answers are. Okay, I'll show you the questions now. Okay, here are the 5 questions I'd like you to have a go at. Question A reads, what time was the temperature 10 degrees? Question B, between what time did the temperature remain the same? It neither went up nor down. Between what times did it remain the same? Question C, what was the temperature at 1530? 1530, so that's in between 1500 and 1600, or 3 or 4 o'clock on the graph. Question D, what was the temperature at 8 a.m? And finally, what was the temperature difference between 8 a.m. and 1530 in the afternoon? All right. Good luck with those. Pause the video if you need to kind of study the questions and study the graph carefully to get your answers. All right, I hope you got on all right with the line graph. And what we're going to do now is look at the final part of the lesson, which includes a chart, which is actually an incomplete chart, which means it's missing information. So your first job really is to either, if you've got it on paper, fill out the numbers or create your own chart based on the one that you can see on the screen. It's a chart of children in Year 4's favourite ice cream flavours. And we're going to use the information we have to help us fill out the information that's missing. So for example, to help get you started, if you look in the first row, you can see that vanilla, 2 boys like vanilla. We don't know how many girls like vanilla, but the total children who like vanilla was 11. So from there, you could probably say, well, 11, take away the 2 boys, will tell me how many girls said vanilla, and then I can add that information in. So if you work through the table now, using your sort of detective skills to work out what the missing numbers are, that will help you answer the following assessment style questions, which we'll come to next. Okay, so pause here, study the table and fill it out to the best of your ability, and then we'll have a look at the questions. Okay, so for this chart, we've got 3 questions to answer, and I'll just read them out, and you can pause in between each one if you like. Question A reads, is it true that more people like chocolate and strawberry than the rest of the flavours combined? I'll read that again. Is it true that more people like chocolate and strawberry than the rest of the other flavours combined altogether? Question B. What is the range from the smallest amount to the largest amount? The smallest amount to the largest amount. So that means looking at the totals and saying, well, what flavour has the smallest number of people? What flavour has the largest amount of people? And what's the difference between those two? Question C. When they ran this survey with Year 5 children, twice as many children said chocolate. When they ran this survey with Year 6, 4 more children than the children in Year 4 said chocolate. Well, how many children in Years 4, 5 and 6 said chocolate was their favourite altogether? So use those clues and add up the amounts in Year 4, Year 5 and Year 6 to reach an answer. Good luck! Okay, grab a special pen, a coloured pen if you like, and let's check through the work we've done today. Hope you got it right. Remember, give yourself a tick if you did, or underline it if you got it wrong and you need to double check it. All right, good luck everyone. Okay, the answer to question 1 about apples, how many were sold on Tuesday? The answer is 26. Question 2, the answer is true. Question 3, the answer is false. Question 4, the total amount of apples sold this week, 108. And the last question is 324. Right, let's move on and let's check the line graph. Okay, the answers for the line graphs are as follows. Question A, what time is the temperature 10 degrees? Any time between 9:30 and 9:50 will get you a tick. Question B, between what times did the temperature remain the same? It was between 12 and 1 or 12 and 1300. Question C, what was the temperature at 15:30? It was 17 degrees. 17 degrees. Question D, what was the temperature at 8 a.m? That was 5 degrees. And the difference between those two for question E, well, the difference is 12 degrees, and that's your answer. Hope you did all right with those. Let's go and check our ice cream questions. All right, well, first things first, let's check through the chart and make sure the missing information you've got is all right. So vanilla, the missing number was 9 girls. Strawberry, the missing number was 17 children in total. Chocolate, the missing number there was 6 children in total. Mint, the missing number was 2 boys and 11 children in total. And in toffee, it was 1 girl and 5 children in total who liked toffee. Now, the answer to the following 3 questions. Is it true that more people like chocolate and strawberry than the rest of the flavours combined? That's false. The other flavours equal 27. Question B, what's the range from the smallest amount of people liking flavours to the largest amount of people liking flavours? The answer there is 12. That's the difference between 5 and 17. And question C, when they ran this survey with year 5, twice as many children said chocolate. When they ran it with year 6, 4 more children than the year 4 lot said chocolate. How many is that in 4, 5 and 6? Well, the answer is 64. And that is the end of our maths for this week. I hope you have a great weekend. Have a lovely time, and we will see you, hopefully, in school next week. There will be some more remote learning. There will be learning in class. Can't wait to see you guys. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.